how's Humpty? Has he been behaving himself?
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing The Curse of Humpty Dumpty. This film is a 2021 classic twist on the it's a twist on a twist or a retelling of the classic fairy tale of Humpty Dumpty, and it follows these two young women named Hazel and Lizzie who are trying to take care of their mother who is suffering from dementia, and they end up coming across this old Humpty Dumpty doll that her mom used to have, and then of course all types of weird things ensue. On the surface, I thought this was going to be a pretty crappy movie. I mean, because it's on Tubi TV, and Tubi doesn't really give the best quality in terms of films, but there are some crown jewels here and there that can actually make up for the majority of the crap that you get to see on there. To hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on in this channel, which we are now uploading on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So at least one video is each day of the week. So each week is going to be at least 3 videos. We're trying to get the subscribers up to at least 500 by the end of the year. We have a lot of catching up to do. Paid requests in the PayPal. Let us know what movie that you want us to review or talk about, discuss. Back to the actual review. There's a lot that I did like about it. There's a lot of shitty stuff that this movie has going for it as well. I did actually like the characters. I thought Hazel and Lizzie actually had bit of decent chemistry. They were sisters. I like the interactions between these two characters, and I like how the dementia and the failing state of their mother is actually affecting them and their relationship. And I really enjoyed seeing these characters and wanting them to continue to be able to provide for their mother. Give this to Nicola Wright. She does a fantastic job. I really bought her performance. Felt like she was actually under this pressure of just forgetting things, not knowing where she is, how that affects her and her relationship with her 2 daughters, how it affects how she sees the world, and eventually about what's going on in the supernatural events that actually occur later on within the film. And I like stories like this because it does rely on the characters, and it does rely on the performances to make a really good case for why this should be a good viewing. And I thought for the most part, at least with them, they did a fantastic job. I really did appreciate the location. The house that they end up going to is pretty big, and it's out kind of in the middle of damn nowhere, and it made for a very creepy vibe. It was very atmospheric. There were some moments that felt like there was a good bit of tension to it. There was things that was going on that helped amp up the creep factor, making some of the more horror-esque aspects of the film stand out a bit more. And a lot of it, I think, is just subtle, and I like the subtlety that they do approach during some of the more tension-filled scenes. Another aspect of the film before the big reveal is just how they try to figure out, is this all part of this woman's dementia? Is it all supernatural? And they do a good job of blending these two, making it to where the perception of one person obviously is a different perception to another person, but the way that the perception is perceived to us comes off in a totally different way. So you're not really sure what's going on, if this actually is in her head, if this is actual supernatural event. Now, if you're a good person that's into horror films and you've seen horror films like this, there are some who have done it better, there are some who have done it far worse. You know where this is going to go, you know what the twist is and everything. And I have to say, as a psychological thriller, I would say this is more of a psychological thriller than just an outright horror film. Okay, that was a pretty good reveal. With some very surprising things that were going on that I hadn't even realized, even though some of it I did kind of anticipate. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that did not work so well for this film. The pacing. For the most of the film, even though I'm one of those guys, if they're good characters, I can stick with the good characters, and the pacing doesn't have to be action-packed, it doesn't have to be quick. As long as the characters and the performances are good, I can stick with that. I can say the pacing is a bit slow. For a majority of the film, nothing is happening. There are spooky events that end up jumping off, but they really don't have any kind of impact. why the hell is this going on right now? And there's nothing that's actually substantial that actually pushes the story. And probably my biggest gripe with this film is the story, because even though I did like the twist at the end, even though I did like a lot of the scarier, more subtle, tension-filled moments that the film does provide, I feel like if this movie were just stuck to a woman dealing with and her two daughters dealing with dementia, I feel like that could have been just a better movie all around. Not only is it something that has substantial value, because this is a real problem, you know, people deal with dementia all the time, and I felt like if this movie would have just delved into just these relationships of how these two daughters trying to take care of their mother, you know, dig into some of what are the problems between everybody, the tension that's between everybody, the tension with the situation, the love-hate relationships, having to deal with just basically the fallout of someone that you love that has dementia. I think that could have been a much more compelling movie. It has a low budget feel. It does go by the numbers. About halfway through the movie, you kind of guessing as what's going on. You're figuring out what's going on. And like I said, even with the major twist at the end, much as I liked it, some of it I saw coming from a mile away. The way the film builds up, the last act could have been a little bit better, could have been a little bit more intense, could have been a little bit more violent. There could have been so much more there, emotional build up. There is a bit of emotional fallout there, and I wish that the film actually did a better job of emphasizing it and just bringing it out. But again, like I said, these are three people that are close, the three people that love each other, and this situation is affecting all three of them. So I wish that the film could have portrayed that a little bit better. There are some supporting characters in this film that could have been better written. Honestly, the whole Humpty Dumpty thing was kind of a joke. It's creepy, it's unsettling at some points, but some of the things that this thing does, especially when it shifts into this demonic form, are just freaking hilarious, and you can't really take a damn thing seriously. But despite those issues that I did have with the film, I actually thought the film was decent. The Curse of Humpty Dumpty gets 3 out of 5. Alright guys, in the comment section below, let me know, have you seen The Curse of Humpty Dumpty? What did you think about it? Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button.